Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a lightsaber hilt. I've made quite a few in the past. This is my current ones here. This is actually two, like a set, so it's a big one and a small one, and they can clip together into a double lightsaber. I won't be showing you anything quite as complex as these two, but still a lightsaber, right? Okay, first thing you need is a blank space, like this one here. Then we need PVC pipe. This is just like a piece I had lying around. It's not super thick, but it'll do. So it's not, super skinny either. So the lightsaber I'll be showing you today only needs one piece of this. It doesn't need bigger or smaller ones, so it's quite a simple lightsaber. But, this is a perfect tutorial for people who haven't made heaps of things like this in the past. The next thing you'll need is a piece of paper. I've got a little notebook here to design your lightsaber. This is very important in my opinion, because first time I tried to make a lightsaber I just messed around and it turned out pretty bad, if I say so myself. So yeah, I'll just give you a time lapse of me doing the design and I'll be back. So this is my plan for the lightsaber. Up here I've got the emitter. In the middle I have the hand grip. And down here I think it's supposed to be where the battery is supposed to go. It was a real lightsaber. Like I said earlier, I'm only going to be using one long bit of PVC pipe cut up into several. So I'm going to have a gap between them so they can fit around. But I actually think that looks cool if you do it right. It's just, about getting it right. The next step will be measuring up the plastic pipe and cutting it up. Okay, so as you can see here, I've marked on this bit of tube where I have to cut everything. So I've made here where I'm going to cut the hilt off of. And I think this is 24 centimeters long. Because I just think that's a nice length here. 24 centimeters long for that one. Here is these bits here and here. The dark lines where I'm cutting. So I'm going to cut here and here. And I'll cut across to get this bit across here. And over here is where I've got the emitter. So this bit will be on the hilt. This bit will be sticking over. Which will make this nice curve bit. It's a bit hard to see on this picture here perfectly, but I have this curve bit here. Next step is cutting this up. Okay, so these are all the pieces I cut out. This one and this one are this bit here and here. And this one here is this one here. And these will all go onto here. As you can see, they're still very rough around the edges. I just used a hacksaw for this, so there wasn't much perfection in it. So we're sanding down and cleaning out, and there needs to be the groove cut in here. So I'll do that, and I will see you again very, very shortly. The way I cleaned these off was with scissors, just cutting off the rough bits around the edge, and I came back with a medium grit sandpaper just to smooth it all out, get any bits on the inside, and just make it look nice. So the next step is cutting out these grooves here so I can attach them onto here. Because if I can't do that, then, it's not much point making this. There's a few tools I could use for this. I could use a hacksaw, I could use an angle grinder, I could use a Dremel, but sadly the Dremel's dead, and the angle grinder's too big, noisy, and I have to put gloves and glasses on, so I can't really bother doing that. So I'm just going to use the hacksaw again for this bit. Again, I said I was going to use a hacksaw. I changed my mind. I used scissors, and it worked perfectly fine. And now I've got this slit here in the middle. And that means I can just bend it out enough to put it over there, then it'll stay fast. I also use a bit of glue, but that's just, you know, secondary, really. Because just the pressure of these bits trying to tighten should keep it around here nicely. So, before I can paint these, I have to get ready for painting. There's two ways I could do this. I could use a primer, or I could sand it back a bit, just make it rough so the paint will grip. I didn't get a primer because this PVC should, you know, allow paint to stick to it, but I have got a bit of sandpaper, so I'll just go over this lightly, quickly, and then we'll get to painting. I finished the sanding, and in retrospect, I should have used a finer sandpaper. This made it a little bit too rough. The camera can't really pick it up. Oh, I can a bit. So, I'm going to go back over this with just a cloth, hope it will take some off, and then I'll go and spray paint them black, and then I'll do dry brushing. Should be fun. I put it together just before I painted it to make sure I liked it. Didn't have to do any modifications. And down the bottom, I'm not a big fan of this, so I'm going to change it slightly. I think I might twist a couple of these round, just change the shape up slightly, but it won't affect the overall lightsaber all that much. I ended up changing a lot more than I was originally planning to, which is the nice thing about PVC pipe doing it this way. So as you can see, I got the emitter the same as it was, but then the bit here that used to be down here is connect to the bottom of the emitter. And then we've got this one down the bottom, which is just, it looks cool. I like it. It gives you more room for your hand, which is nice. And it has an almost symmetrical, I mean it's asymmetrical, but it has an almost symmetrical look to it, which I quite like. And then we've got this bit running all the way down. So now it's time to paint this, glue it, and then just have a bit of fun adding bits and bobs to make it look more like a lightsaber. I ended up changing my design again, and I have it with this bottom bit facing up instead of down, just because, you know, it's always good to mess around with it a bit. And I've put it all together, glued it, painted it. Now it's just drying. It'll probably take a little bit to dry because it's a cold day today and the air's a bit damp. So yeah. Okay, so my camera died halfway through. So I didn't notice. So the second half wasn't that much. So the last chunk of painting it and just finishing off, making it look good, etc., I didn't manage to record. But I can show you the final product. I decided to make it, because my current lightsaber hilts, my set, they are very neat and tidy, I think. There's like a bit with the grip is a bit wonky and stuff deliberately, but they're very uniform. They're very uniform with their design. This one I wanted to make it, say after the Empire had come in, it was like the few Jedi who were still trying to scrounge around and rebuild their lightsabers and things like that. So this one's is a bit of a rustic feel. I went back over mixing the black and the silver spray paint to make a gunmetal grey, and I went over most of the black with that, and also with the hand grip, and I chucked a big beefy on switch. So this is it. I personally think it looks very cool, very different to the hilts I've had before and I've made before, which I'm quite happy about because you want as many different types as possible. So yeah, I'll do a proper like photo shoot thing with this, and then that'll be the video over, I reckon. Thank you so much for watching. It's my first YouTube video I've made. So leave comments down below. Tell me what I did right, what I did wrong. Just don't be a what's the word I'm looking for that's not inappropriate? Don't be mean. Don't be one of those people who just throw down hate for the hell of it. But yeah, I'd love to hear your opinions, you know, etc, etc. Any ideas you have of what I could make in the future and put on YouTube. So thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and enjoy the pictures.